Bro, how difficult is it? Like, so going, like, scaling back, yeah, because I think music, like, you talk about, like, putting out tapes. Music doesn't make, I don't think the man them were really making money from music independently
Nah.
until after they fully clocked Spotify or even PRS, if even that.
Yeah, but bro, you have to remember, yeah, my first mixtape came out in 2009. My first iTunes, remember before the streaming, it was the actual iStore, came out in 2014. So that's 5 years of not making money from music. Do you know what I mean?
But still going studio, still
going
recording.
studio, still paying for videos, still. I was probably in the red. I was probably losing money doing music. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't show money. My first show probably got £100. That's petrol money there and back. Because it's not in London. Remember, we couldn't do shows in London at one point. So, bring all the men them out. Hotels, whatever. I'm in the red, bro. I do a show, I'm literally in the red. But I'm happy because I'm reaching the people. I'm seeing people that speak from different accents singing along to my music. So it was a good experience. It's part of the journey.
But what was the purpose then when it's not financial and the label at that time of picking those times there, it would have been the Ironics, the Tinies,
yeah,
the Chips,
the Tinchies. Those are the golden boys that would be making money from music. The rest of us are just. Because I'm not even going to say like it was the coolest thing, because the guys that were the cool guys in my day or my area when I was growing up, they didn't care about music or doing music. They was getting money. So how do I do music now where there's no money unless you're making that music, which I wasn't going to make? It's like, yeah, you're talented, but it wasn't the coolest thing, per se. You know what I mean? It's the man them that was getting money, that's hustling, and you know what I mean? Those are the cool guys.
Not saying like when it's actually start making a bit of sense, but do you identify and say, okay, maybe like it was 2019, 2020?
2016, I dropped my mixtape Trillin'. And this wasn't on the, so remember I told you 2014 I dropped the Renaissance to iStore, cool. Made some monies off that. 2016 I dropped Trillin', and it was a free download because I had songs on there that weren't my beats. So I couldn't put it on the iStore. But I had Nando's. The song Nando's was on there. And when that dropped, this is why it's mad. I dropped Nando's on the tape dropped. I was getting bookings just off the back of Nando's. The Nando's video is shot at a show that I was booked for to perform that song specifically. That's why it's mad. And then, I don't know, like, man was just having shows every week. Between me, this is when the 60s started popping off as well. Between me, the 60s, Blade, Trapo the year later. Trapo's even in the Nando's video, but you wouldn't know unless you knew him at the time, because, you know what I mean, he was masked. Between me, Blade, the 60s, Trapo, 2016 to 2017, I think we was on the road every month, non-stop. If we ain't got a show this week, we got 2 next week. It was just non-stop. And this is when the uni circuit was still going on. Which a lot of artists don't even know about now. I don't know if they don't know about it or if they choose not to do it because they feel like they're bigger than that, but it's very important. I think that's where I learnt my craft, and that's where I learnt how to actually perform. And then 2017, Hollow took me on the Landlord tour, and that's when I said, yeah, man's here now. This is what man does. This is how to do it. Cause I think we was on the road for about a week or 2, like on the road, sleeping on the big coach, like beds on there, city every day, waking up in a new city. That's when I said, "Raw, this is the actual artist life. I want to do this, not necessarily tour every day, but I want to be in this energy every day, like live like an artist." Because you have to remember, before that, man's on the block, doing whatever. Might go studio. At the end of the night, man's doing night shifts. It wasn't a day like I'm waking up in the morning like, oh, I'm going to studio today. No, I'm doing what I need to do in the day, getting my monies however I'm getting them, and then studio comes after. So it's like, it's not a job, innit? It's like extracurricular. This is my job and this is my hobby, because I'm not getting paid for it. But when that happened, I remember coming back from the tour, and that's while I was on tour, just before the tour, I negotiated, I did a deal, Reebok shouted me, I did a deal with Reebok. To be like a
ambassador
for Reebok. I did that for 6 months. They paid me 10 bags for a photo shoot. I was like, what? Like for one photo shoot, bro. They were sending me clothes every week. Only thing I was pissed off, I couldn't wear Nike, and I'm like, it's a Nike. I'm a Nike baby. But yeah, bro, 10 bags. My face was on the side of buses. I was in JD Sports. My mum was like, oh, okay. That's when my mum was like, okay, maybe.
Maybe something like
You know what I'm saying? Small, you know, she need. So, yeah, 2017 is when I said, okay, I've arrived. This is what I do. This is how I'm going to do it. Yeah.
Is it, but then there's fast money and there's music money. Yeah. And music money always requires a lot of...
You say that, yeah. Okay, there's fast money, but it's not necessarily easy money. Whereas there's a risk. And if you get caught, you could end up here. Or if you lose this, you start from square one. And if you lose this and it's not yours, you're even below square one, because you got to work back for someone else just to get back to... But in music, it's mad, because you can be grinding, not CMPs, and then a check might just come, oh, do you want to do this brand deal? And you're like, hey, 10 back, what, 20 back? And it's like, for me, that's what I'll call fast money, but it's not necessarily fast, because, you know what I'm trying to say? Because that 10 bags was the easiest 10 bags I made in my life. What do you mean I just got to turn up to this photo shoot? And then you're going to provide me with free clothes after that as well. Like,
and put me on billboards and buses and...
That was crazy. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. Like, for me, I went back to the hood, like, guys couldn't believe it. Like, I was giving guys there, hold that track, please. Oh, yeah. Like, guys couldn't believe it. Yeah, bro, that was crazy for me.
But you see, after that then, so from that period then, was there ever times thereafter that you thought, yeah, this may be, like, I need more from it and I'm not getting enough from it?
100%. 100%. I feel like 2018, so 2017 when I tour with gigs, I think I dropped Tracksuit Diaries that year. 2018 is when or maybe it was the end of 2017, but definitely 2018 is when I got full concept of Ditto. You upload your music here, you click this, it goes on all these streaming platforms. Bro, I think in a month or two I just started going on holiday, bro. Like, there was just holiday money all the time. Like, I just started traveling the world off the back of having a Ditto account. Because it was foreign to me. So you're telling me I pay what, £50 to subscribe to this platform for a year. I put my music on there. As long as it's my own beats, I pull it out there, and then 12 weeks later, I'm just CMPs going in the account. This is madness. It felt like I was trapping, bro. Honestly. And I was like, whoa, this is kind of easy. But then what I think happened then is the quality, I think the quality was sacrificed for the quantity. So I'm thinking, oh, the more I put up on the streaming platform, the more P's are gonna come back. But I'm just flooding it now. But really, I should chill